out to the eternal seekers of truth. I want to talk today with respects to being of mixed race origin. One's recognized in this planet Earth having a Mediterranean grandmother, having a mixed Mediterranean New Zealand, from what I'm aware of, father that looks of African origin. Having an English mother gives me the characteristics of these races. I want to get to the point with respects to being mixed race. People of this origin can be used by, I'll say, niggers. They can be used by honkies too to be destructive to mixed race niggers, as I've encountered in history, my own experiences, without me recognizing that a mixed race person has the potential to be like a puppet for the honkies, or a puppet for the niggers. So I wanted to say and talk about being mixed race today, to prevent the acts of aggression that is brought around these types of races. If you're an educated mixed race person, then you've got the opportunity to help the niggers, to help the honkies better themselves. And this is the reason for me talking with this respect, as the intimidations, manipulations, patronizing actions have the opportunity to be neutralized from their acidic, interactive experiences around. People of a Mediterranean complexion, to me, I've written it down yesterday, that they're like hair extensions in a humorous way from the real hair. They're like extensions in a humorous way. That shows the Mediterranean individuals they need to behave themselves with the way they go on. I already said on paper that to me that the Asians are really niggers. And they're not really Asians at all. The only difference that makes them different from niggers is that they've got straighter hair. That's the only difference. But their colour, a lot of the Asians, their colour is brown like the niggers' colour. But they go on like they're Asians, like they're different to niggers. When they're niggers, just like the rest of them. And here, same with the white people. They go on like they're white in a different level, but they're white like the other brothers that are white, like the Welsh, the Scottish, the Dutch, the Germans. They're all in the same category, but they identify themselves Like they're different type of people. And I also said yesterday when I was speaking to the being a medium for the creator that there are not many people know this, but there are white people in America that call white people in America trash. They call them white trash. So even in America, you have white people that see other white people as white trash. They don't see them that they've got any real qualities of who they are. And the ones that are seen that way, they see these other white people that they're trash because they've got maybe prosperity, they've got richness they haven't got, and these people are maybe just people of the land. So the people of the land that are called trash see the people in the material world as trash because they're too busy being materialistic. So you've got these types of battles going on with white people too, with their own races. So you've got white people that don't reckon white people are all that because they maybe associate themselves with other races. And then you have also people of other races, like Mediterranean races. They reckon their own people are not good if they mix themselves with African races or Asian races that are part of the African gene anyway. So the Chinese, again, see themselves as Chinese, but the Chinese really are niggers. They're Asians, they're niggers. And they've overpopulated their own country, China, just to say to the creator that they've got their own race and that they can eat dog and etc. because of that. I've recently seen a documentary of that I wanted to share with one's companion here, that one's friend sent me from India, and I've seen that in the injections we've been given since we were younger, there's been rat poison in them and monkey poison in them, and we've all had a little bit of this injection, if we've liked it or not, but we didn't know about it. And what I've recognised from these contaminations they've put in us when we were younger, that we didn't know they had these contaminations in them, and that's the majority of us, as I've seen clearly in this talk, very quickly expressed by these individuals, that if you don't understand English very good, you might miss it. But one hurt, because I've seen it twice. I got to hear that, and what I've recognised with these types of contaminations, that vaccines they've put in us. When I watched a video of Chinese people eating mice, like in a soup, I've recognised that the Chinese people eating the mice in the soup reflects the injection that we were given. So their way of saying up yours to the injection is to simply say, we'll swallow the mice. And we'll eat the monkey, a little bit of the monkey, do it that way. But respects to, I don't want to separate from what I want to talk about today, and that is about being mixed race. But this connects to all the actions of individuals that are aware that the creator has the power to create different mixes of individuals that have deeper roots of their characteristics. Here, the qualities of being a mixed race individual and being aware of that, being educated to that type of awareness, people that are of an African origin or Mediterranean origin or an Asian African origin, they haven't got the intelligence of the way the Creator has made me. That's where they figure out their own cultures of how to connect with me. But because I'm integrated with different cultures in me, they're not in a position to really understand the way to integrate. And that's where, through them sharing their present situation with the qualities of the presence that's in their presence, they're in a position to improve and progress from a history of violence, death, misery, whatever that they've experienced in their history that I'm not a part of. I'm a new species, and as I said clearly on paper, and I said it clearly as soon as I entered into this apartment yesterday, that I'm a black people and Asian people, black people and white people are a majority in respects to races, but I'm a majority in being mixed race and being new. I'm a new race of an individual, and I'm a majority with respects to being new. You as a people, black people, white people, are a majority of races of who you are in visual appearance. But I'm a majority of a new generation that you haven't got around you, and that you've chosen to ignore and to manipulate with disrespecting that the Creator has created me with a little bit of white, a little bit of black in me together. And you've used that against me and not respected the mixed origins in me for you to keep up your own powers. Instead of looking at the history of being a nigger and being a honky with so much misery and etc. And all the prosperity and all the richness that the Creator has given you as a nigger Arab too. To me, the Arabs are niggers, they're part of the same genetic line. Same as the Mediterraneans. They're part of the, to me, I've just called them hair extensions. Yeah? They're the hair extensions of the niggers. I'm a mixed race. Genetically deeper made being from the Creator to show the niggers, the honkies, the extension Mediterraneans, extension Arabs, where they've been going wrong. So this is what I'm saying, that once we accept our differences, we're in a position to create new qualities in ourselves, new ways of enjoying ourselves. But if you put down the mixed race person and act like they're under you, and as I said clearly yesterday, that when I was talking here on my own, that I used to get that when I was younger. White people look at me like, oh, you're mixed race. Black people too used to look at me like, oh, you're mixed race. And Asians too used to look at me like, oh, you're mixed race. And I used to look at them like, yeah, I am mixed race. I'm the best out of all of you. I'm the best out of all of you. That's what I used to tell them. But I never used to say it with my mouth. I used to say it with my eyes. So with my eyes, I used to look at them and tell them, yeah, I am mixed race. My mum is white. My father is black. But I'm the best out of all of you. So I knew that as a child. When I used to look at white people, and I used to look at black people, and I used to look at Asians, I used to say, the Creator's made me the best out of a little of all of them. And I knew that. I didn't have my father to tell me that. I didn't have my mother to tell me that. I knew that myself. I used to look at my dad, and I used to look at my mum when I was a kid. And I used to say, the Creator's made me a little of both of them, because the Creator wants me to show them what a fucking master this Creator is. And I knew that as a child, and I wasn't educated to know that. I didn't have to become a Catholic to know that, or a Christian, or a Muslim, or a Hindu. I knew it innately that my mother and father has got a lot of fucking homework to do with me. I don't care if you slap me in the face, on this cheek or that cheek. And that goes same for school. I knew that in school too. The wise teacher knew that. So when the teachers used to have me in their class, the wise ones, they knew that when they used to look at me. They used to laugh. Me and the teachers used to look at each other in the eye, some of them, and we used to laugh when we used to look at each other. Because we both fucking knew that all the other students wasn't in the same type of fucking genetic makeup. And a fucking smart teacher knows that. So I got on like that with the teachers. Like that. In our class. Like that. And it doesn't matter how fucking smart I was at the lessons. Really. They knew the lesson of being a mixed race fucking nigger was going to be enough on my plate. And if I liked it or not, I'd have to educate myself, learn to love myself in every way, because I'm a gift from the Creator to the white people and the black people. They've done a lot of mistakes, and that goes to you too, so-called Asians, hair extensions of the niggas, so-called Mediterraneans, hair extension of the niggas. And the honkies now, as I said clearly earlier, that they put their own honky race down. They've been fighting their own selves, and they go into the they don't go into the facial appearance. The honkies do. They go into the blood, kind of type of quality blood you've got. When really it's not the quality type of blood you got only, but it's also the quality of spirit you've got as a person. How you are as a spiritual person. So because you got good quality blood, it doesn't mean that spiritually you're of a good quality person. So it doesn't fuck your blood. If spiritually you're not in quality, then you might as well give your blood to the people who need it. Go and be a donor, because you're not spiritually in the same quality of the richness of your blood. respects to people that are mixed race, Mediterraneans need to stop also doing the same nigger thing. We're trying to like make you look like you know all that. And they know you're all that, but they try and look like you know all that, and they know you're all that. Mediterraneans do that. Be them Italians, whatever. They act like, oh, you know all that mixed race, but they know you're all that. So once a mixed race person is educated about themselves, they're in a position to help black people, white people. And black people, white people need to stop using their fucked up history, really, to put mixed race people down and trying to fucking blame it on them. Same with white people. They need to stop trying to put mixed race people down because of their own fucked up fucking honky history. They need to face the mixed race individuals and make progress quickly, because their history of evil and their practice of his evil up to these days hasn't stopped. And all your fucking World War One and all your fucking World War Two, they're all fucking honky wars. And before World War One and before World War Two, the wars of the fucking Jews and all that, they're all nigger fucking honky wars. And the English plague. Look at the English plague of London and the London fire, Guy Fawkes and all that. That's all honky fucking dirt, man. Oh, excuse me, the pure honkies. Yeah? There wasn't any mixed race fucking niggas like me around there. So when it enters into the pure blood, I've realized to have pure blood, you need to have a pure spirit. A pure spirit. And the only way you're going to have a pure spirit, reflecting in my collective experiences, is to really enter into lucid dreaming and have the fucking will to return. As one book said clearly, you need a will as hard as stone. So you need a will as hard as stone to be a lucid dreamer. So to really have a pure spirit, you need to have that type of quality awareness in yourself. And with respects to people that do talk of healing, that I've been watching, healing your body and stuff, they haven't been able to clearly address that in themselves, that pure spirit. So the pure spirit is not about being mixed race, or being African, or being an English person, or an American person, or a Native American person. The pure spirit is a person that's been able to go into themselves, pardon me, and then be able to see themselves asleep. And then return to themselves again. That's one level of being a pure spirit. No physical appearance. Having the courage to leave your body, then having the courage to return in there. and then having the courage to stay there, stay here. So that's one level of being a pure spirit. That's where holy individuals like Jesus will come around me, or Prophet Muhammad, because of what they've experienced. With respects to Arabic people, because Allah's give them lots of prosperity with respect to the petrol and all that, it doesn't mean because you've got lots of money, Saudi Arabia or Dubai, that you can use your money to cover who you actually are. And you can't be wearing a white robe and going to the mosque and you reckon that you're an Arab, like the Asians do. They reckon they're Asians. They keep playing that deception. And the niggers reckon they're Asians too. Even the other Turks or the Moroccans, they reckon they're Asians and they reckon they're Arabs too. That's because of the type of money they've got. If I had fucking the money they've got, yeah, I can say I'm fucking Chinese, okay? And you believe me? Oh yeah. I can say I'm fucking alien, come from fucking cuckoo land. And you believe me? The type of money they've got. I can say I'm a woman. You believe me? The type of money they've got. So this is what happens when you've got this type of money. You can cover yourself from who you really are. So this is what's been going on through history. As soon as the Arabs got lots of money, they suddenly became Arabs to the rest of the world. When Arabs really are niggers. And suddenly they identify themselves as being a type of different species. I thought growing up, what made the Arabs so cruel to the niggers? What made them so hard to the niggers in history? I've seen the way they've allowed them to be tortured and stuff in documentaries. Specific tribes, the way they've let them be abused. And also the tribes had rituals of abusing themselves anyway, so they wasn't helping themselves, a lot of these African tribes. Because if you know a tribe's got a history of being cruel to their own tribe, then if you're another tribe and you go to their tribe and you know they're already cruel to themselves, and if you get one leg over them, for whatever reason it is, you might get a little leg over them that you can do something to them. You can say to them, you know that torture that you do to yourselves? I want you to do that, but a lot more. Because they already know they do them tortures to themselves. So I want you to do the same torture you do to yourself, but I want to see you do it. So I've seen that with the Arabs. And I said to myself, what do these light-skinned, individuals are so hard to the niggers for? That's because they're niggers too. The Arabs are niggers too. And they see that these niggers like them are going on in a specific way. And they see themselves as a kind of, like I do with a mixed race, like a higher type of nigger. So, I can be more hard on you. When really, they're just the same in that respect.